All right, today we've got ourselves a little bit of a doozy here with an error one incorrect function and syntax errors and plugin registered, all the fun stuff showing up for this one. And how did we get here though? So just to make sure that we're all on the same page for this particular error message, if you've got a server that's gone offline in the portal, after you've logged in, I've gone to the computers page in my list of servers here. My YT DC1 server is offline. I can click on it and it's only going to give me the information about the job. I can't click on any logs, etc. So because it's offline, I have to do a little bit of investigation directly on the DC1 server, looking at logs, etc. there. So when I jump to my DC1, I'm going to open up File Explorer. I'm going to go to the C drive, Program Files, and then in my case, it's OpenText Server Backup. Depending on the version and maybe upgrades of the agent, it could be under Carbonite Server Backup or Evault. So we're going to go into that folder and then into the agent folder. Now the agent has two services, the VV agent and the BU agent. And being that it's offline in portal, that would be the BU agent service communicating to the portal. And so we need to take a look at the latest BU agent xlog. Now this one only has one xlog file, but you could have up to 4 of them. Basically just find the one with the newest date as its xlog, and we'll take a look at it. As you can see here, it doesn't know exactly which one. Mine has log file viewer as an option because I've previously opened xlogs on this server. If you haven't, just click on the More Apps, and then look for another app on this PC. Go into your agent folder there, and then we have the log viewer executable, and that's the one that we want to open it with. We're going to scroll down to the very bottom of it, and we'll find these error logs here that we were looking at earlier. I'll jump to the other server so you can see it in a little bit better text. So this is all pointing out about the global VVC having these problems. So since now we're both on the same page for where we're at of how we got to this error message, let's take a look directly at this global VVC and see if we can find any problems there. I'll jump back to my DC1 server, close the log here, and then go down to global VVC. This one, very similar. We want to open it up with Notepad though. And we can see here that we have a blank VVC. Nothing here at all when it's supposed to have quite a bit of configuration information. Now there's a couple steps here to be able to get us back online in Portal so that we can perform a re-register to pull down a good copy of the Global.vvc from the Vault, because the Vault holds on to a good copy of it. First thing that we need to do is find an existing job. In our case, it's BMR regular, just because that's what I've named it. And it could be different for your server. Just find one that has this .vvc. Go ahead and open it up with Notepad. And we want to verify the build version and the VVC version. Once we've got those, we're going to copy that, go back to our global VVC, opening it with Notepad, and you're going to paste that in along with the type 1 and the agent type 1. We're going to save this, and then open up our services.msc, and go down to OpenText Server Backup in my case, but in your case it could be Carbonite Server Backup or Evault, and we're going to go ahead and start it. Now we're going to jump back to Portal and refresh the page. So you can see here we're back online for the DC1, but it doesn't have everything that we need. As you can see here, it's come up with some configuration information thinking that it's a blank slate. What we want to do here is configure manually, and then on the right side we'll click the re-register button. In my case, I have a Vault profile, which you can find in one of my other videos, but you may need to manually enter in all of your Vault information. On the right side of this window, we'll hit the Load Computers button, and I will select my DC1 server and hitting save. Now this automatically pops us over to the Jobs tab, and here we can see the list of jobs that we have on this server. Now let's make sure that that VVC did pull down correctly from the Vault. So I'm going to go back to the DC1 server, and go to my global VVC again, opening it with Notepad. And you can see here we've got a lot more information on it this time. So now that we've verified that the global has everything in it that it's supposed to, we're going to jump back over to Portal. Now, even though the job was here before, because we did the re-register, we have to go in and edit the jobs associated with this server and re-enter in each of their encryption passwords. You can do that by clicking on the job name itself or under the Select Action dropdown on the right side and Edit Job. And then on the left side here, enter in the password twice. Now, when we click Save here, it will bring up this dialog box warning us about a potential reseed if the encryption password changed. So you want to make sure to get the right one in here and then click Continue. Now, into the weeds of things a little bit, the actual Delta file for this job still exists even though there was a re-register. So I'm going to run a synchronize just to make sure that everything is in line with where the Vault thinks it should be. And it completes very quickly for us. We can verify that by clicking on the Select Action dropdown, going to the History Logs, and then here in the Calendar window, we click on the Synchronize. And we can see that there are no errors or warnings. So I'll close this and I'll kick off a backup just to make sure that everything's functioning correctly. And this right here where we have file data processed, file names changing, etc., that's my verification that it is functioning correctly and processing data into the Vault. So with that, if you have any questions about this process, go ahead and leave a comment down below and we'll catch you in another video. See ya.